Well, guess what, folks? It's that time again. Lumber prices are coming back down, and I need to get started making stuff once again. So, a lot of you all remember this is my kitchen because there's no cabinets or nothing. I gutted everything. This is how I've been storing my dishes and plastic totes. And you know, I'm a guy. I don't need much, but I do realize it's time to get started in the kitchen again. And I do need to make some cabinets and counter space. I can't afford to go out and buy super nice stuff, and I'm not really looking to spend a lot of money in doing this, but I still want it to look nice. So here's what I'm going to do. I built this sink frame solely just to be utilitarian. I needed something to hold my sink, and that was it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a little change into this setup, okay, and try to make it a lot nicer. And I plan on taking some of the paint that I have. It's called antique white paint. I'm going to make a 2x4 frame cabinet, you know, and I'm going to have a bottom shelf where I can stack stuff on it, paint the frame that antique white, and have some type of countertop and probably stain it something like this. Not exactly. I might go more with a brown, like a dark brown. You know, these are those old deck boards. I'm going to leave the imperfections in, and I kind of like the rough look. But this is several different coats of several different colors of stain. Kind of like how I did my bathroom, kind of not. As you can see, it's just an old deck board. But I will, you know, clean all the boards off, make a nice surface for the top, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Used one before, and this is like the most entry-level basic Kreg jig that you can get, so this is what I'm going to try out. And also got the fancy Kreg jig fasteners, so let's get to it. I'm going to take my saber screws out, take this 2x4, undo it here, and then I'm going to take all my legs and face them out this way. That way, instead of facing how it is here, it's more like this, kind of like in the picture, and then just rebuild this frame. Now, what I'm going to do as far as countertop, this board here, I'm going to switch it out with probably this length of 2x4 here, and this is probably I'm gonna say 7 foot. It's a little bit shy of 7 foot, so it's probably 6'4" maybe. And I'll cut this one to match. Hopefully, it's got a weird bend to it down here closest to me. You can see how it kind of angles up the way it crowns. I think that's the crown. But anyway, I'm gonna cut these to length, add them here, and then let the 2x4, you know, come down. It's hard to do with one hand. See how I'm thinking? And to make everything down there more counter space, and make a shelf on the bottom, that way I can store dishes, you know, pots and pans, and forming grills and slow cookers. Just start having a place to put stuff instead of just pitching it over here in my corner. So let me get to it. And here's my my sink frame. I took it down this far. I got the 4 legs, and this is what was around the sink. I'm sure you all can figure that out. So what I'm about to do is take another one of these longer 2x4s and go ahead and attach it up here. And I just learned my very first thing with the Kreg jig, also I guess you'd call it a pocket hole jig, is I put my clamp on with my other 2x4 sitting out front. That was a mistake, and I drilled a hole way too close, and I was taking my screw out this other end. I learned after I sat and looked for a hot second, I don't want to read instructions. I can't have my outer board here. I don't need it there when I drill my pocket hole. I just needed to have it right here. So there we go. Now you can't see my screw. Sweet. See what happens when you actually start doing stuff versus just watching YouTube videos. You learn stuff, folks. And now I just learned that I shouldn't have screwed my end together. Well, I don't guess it hurt. I can still put my clamp on here and hold it. It's probably not ideal, but you know how I roll. Just get it done. Now that I got my little jig clamped on, I guess I could show you all how this kind of works. When you buy the pocket hole jig from Kreg, you get the jig itself that sets the angle that you need to drill. It comes with this bit and this stopper. I'm going to call it a stopper or whatever, or a set screw where you can set the length of screw that you have. I've got 1.5 inches. And then once you drill your hole, it comes with a bit, a long bit, so you can drill your screw into the hole. So, but this is all you do. Slide your drill bit in here. I'm probably not going to be able to do this with holding the phone, but yeah, I got to hold it. Then you drill your hole, not to cover up this hole on the jig, because that's where your sawdust comes out. Undo your clamp, and there's your hole. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, and it also comes with this little tool where you can tighten that set screw to lock that collar down. So now all I gotta do is get a screw, which would be one of these, stick it in the hole and tighten her down. That's it. And look at that. I am a woodworker now. I can be fancy. This is going to be on the bottom towards the floor. So, sweet. I'm pretty proud of myself. I did a simple thing. So what sucks is this 2x4 has got a twist to it, and it crowns up towards the end. Now keep in mind, this is the part that's going towards the floor. So I elected to take the end that pitches up, face towards the ceiling. Then just come back and maybe I can shave it to make it level. And as far as the twist goes, I don't know. I'll have to figure something out. Maybe I can address the issue. I might have to make that 2x4 the front and then make this go against the wall. That way you can't see it, but oh well, I'll make it work. So I just realized I kind of messed up. I was supposed to put my leg here first and then attach the 2x4. So instead of undoing everything again, I think what I'm going to do is just add the 2x4 leg to the end of here, do a Kreg or a hole here and here, and just attach it that way. It'll make the counter a little bit longer on each end, plus it'll give me a lip on this side of the sink, so I can, put boards, or put the top on and still have a nice edge. So I think that'll be okay. There's some days where I think I'm just downright retarded. Okay, I just measured the legs in there that I had already cut to make sure they were the right length. I want them to be 38 inches long. Some, they weren't square on the end, so I re-squared them, and then I measured again, and I could swear I cut every one of them to 38 inches. There ain't one of them that's equal. How does that happen? So here I got to cut wood again, trying to get, some legs that are the same length. Ugh, drives me nuts. I am so glad we're coming into a cold front tomorrow with rain. Hopefully some just god-awful thunderstorms. I am ready for this humidity to be gone. I went outside, as y'all seen, just to cut those 4 legs, and I'm not exerting myself at all. I'm sitting on my deck or my porch, and my jeans are soaking wet from the sweat and humidity. It's crazy. So here's what I've got. Again, keep in mind, folks, if you're just tuning in, I'm not a woodworker, okay? I'm trying to pick this stuff up as I go. Trying to do the best I can with what I got. So I've got the leg on here. I've got another piece that's going to go here in between these two, and one down here. And you can see I got the stanky leg over here. that's because this 2x4 is twisted out this way. And what I'm going to do is when I get my centerpiece made for down here to make my platform, I'm going to use the leg as leverage to twist that 2x4 straight up and down, and then attach it with another 2x4 down here on the bottom. So that's why that looks kind of goofy. And I tried to get all my 2x4s cut square in the same length. They're close to the same length, like really close, but I don't understand how by using a square to make a straight line, I can never get these cut right. I need a table saw. I really need a table saw. Skill saws are just not meant for being really accurate, unless I just don't know how to use it properly. So yeah, I know you can see there's an edge right here. It was high on that side, low on that side. I promise it'll look okay. That'll do, you know. It's good enough. But that's what I got so far. You know, I ain't worried about it over here, but over here I'm gonna have to take this down a little bit, smooth it out. I'm sure there's a couple things I can do. I can polish this turd just a little bit, but I'm trying to make it a little bit nicer than normal. You can see all my pocket holes for my screws. None of the fasteners are showing on the outside, which is cool. I've never done that before.
I like it a lot.
Here's what I got so far. The floor's kind of cattywampus, so it doesn't necessarily sit, you know, level. But that's okay. That's why I left the legs a little long on the bottom. That way I can trim them and they sit decent. But there you go. You can kind of see where I'm headed. I'm going to take some more of the deck boards out back and lay them the complete length, you know, the table, and then cut out the center for the sink again. And then I'm going to stain these boards, like I said earlier. Probably put like a polyurethane or something like that on them to protect them. Maybe Odie's oil, I don't know. Haven't got that far yet. But I need 2 2x4s so I can go in between the legs and then start cutting the deck board so I can make my platform down here. And I'll probably make a second shelf about this high. That way I can, you know, have an extra place to stack stuff. So, okay, so I've got the basic frame built. Is it perfect? Nope. Not at all. Like I said, I'm not very good at measuring. I mean, I can do the basic stuff. You know, I've never been really good at woodwork, but I get it done. You know, I make it work good enough. You know what I mean? So, now oh shoot. Now the fun part. I've got my deck boards. I've been taking my wire brush and brushing the nice side, you know, the still bare side, and then I've been going over the side that's got paint, brushing it just the same, and then hitting it with some Purple Power degreaser, wiping everything down really good. And I'm just trying to get my boards ready now. I'll go back and cut these edges off. I'll probably leave this one the way it is and cut this one to match. Here's the overlap I'm trying to leave. It's not going to be perfect because this 2x4 is the one that's all bent out of shape. So, but you know, it is what it is. I think it's going to look nice when I get finished. So I'm going to go try to find 1 or 2 more boards and clean them and prep them and get it ready. And then I'm going to go ahead and paint this thing. That way it's got all night to dry. And then I'll come back tomorrow and do the final touches on the top. And then start figuring out how I'm going to do the bottom. I think I'm going to do the bottom just like I'm doing the top. Just run it long ways. Well, here is my stopping point for the night. My back is hurting pretty good. So I'm going to chill. But I thought I'd show you guys kind of the progress that's going on. Like I said, nothing's fast since I'm just setting the boards up here for right now. We got to find, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, probably, see, yeah, 5 more boards for the bottom. Excuse me. Yeah, 5 more boards for the bottom. I had a yawn going on. And I think I've got 4 of these hinges that I'm going to paint like a semi-gloss black. And I'm going to have some farm style doors right here underneath the sink that swing open. I think that'd be pretty cool. And what else was I going to tell you guys? Oh yeah, duh. I've got this 2x4 here. I'm going to put another one over there. And this is going to make my cabinet, you know, my sink cabinet. And I'll probably get another 2x4 and cut it to length, or the right length. And do it just like this. You get the picture. Have it come all the way up, and then I think that'd look pretty decent. Or maybe it would look kind of weird. Maybe I need to come out over here, because the sink edge is right here. I will have to figure something out there. Maybe put this on the outside. There's a 2x4 up in here. Do it like that. So I'm going to even it out a little bit more. I think that'd probably be a little gooder. So this will be my sink compartment, and then I'll have another shelf about right here. It comes all the way across. That way I'll have 2 different shelves to stack pots and pans and all that old stuff. But that's what I got so far, folks. Hope y'all like it. Let me know what you think. Got any ideas I could maybe incorporate into this? Let me know in the description below. Or the description. Good, that's where I do stuff. In the comments below. So if you would, please check out some other videos, Amazon links, all that stuff. Yada yada. It all helps the guy out. So I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you in the next video.